Just months ago, a group of 4 once unfamiliar Pokemon trainers banded together for safety and companionship, trapped in the locked-down Hoenn region, trying to return to their families. Now they face down a violent creature from another world who threatens their chances of ever going home again. Schmidt, Elodie, Gimli, and Cindy are the Quacko Packo, and this is Dunsparce and Drampa. The last time that we met the Quacko Packo, the 4 Draconid elders, and a half dozen or so powerful trainers engaged Deoxys, an extraterrestrial psychic-type legendary Pokemon whose mysteriously has an ancient history with the Draconids. Deoxys has demonstrated its incredible might with imperceivable agility, impenetrable defenses, and destructive power, claiming Vince Winstrait's life and rendering Cindy unconscious. Realizing the stakes of the battle, Gimli's partner Pokemon Trevor evolved to his final stage, a mighty mountainous Gigalith. The first wild Pokemon captured by the Quacko Packo, Cookie, reached their final form as well, and evolved into a powerful and mysterious regional form of Goodra. Deoxys, after taking considerable damage from the Packo and their exploits, turned their attention to the Draconids, where Deoxys subjected them to a psychic attack. Each Draconid and all their Pokemon partners succumbed to the effects, except for Tomatoma's Altaria, who is currently making distance between itself and Deoxys. The Draconids fell unconscious, and their Pokemon show a sudden change in disposition as they approach Deoxys as allies, while Deoxys roots itself in a defensive posture in the center of Draconid Village. Since this is a Phase 2, let's just do a general reset. You guys can vote if you want to keep the initiative order, but I do want to just kind of, since it's been, we haven't played recently, I kind of want to set the groundwork. Whose Pokemon are out? What's going on? I kind of want to just reset all that. So up to you guys for initiative, but do tell me what Pokemon you're using and how many.
I am still going to be using Trevor and Bean.
Okay.
And I think, locations are going to be the same.
Yeah. We'll more or less do a reset. Deoxys has recentered itself, and the 3 Draconid Pokemon are like in front of it. So we're doing an environment reset.
Where does that leave our Pokemon then?
We can try and recall their previous location, but we could also just kind of make them like
because I know Trevor in particular was like right on top of Deoxys basically when he planted himself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you can recall and I can agree and recall, then yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, that seems reasonable.
I'll give you the option of either doing that or just resetting parallel lines with the Dragonids Pokemon. And we'll say that your Pokemon are going to be, if you want to take the default position, are like 20 feet away from them, and then Deoxys is a full 30 behind them. Does that make sense?
So Deoxys is there's a gap between them that's 30 feet?
No, their gap is 10 feet. It's not
okay.
It's
so
not that
they're
big.
right directly behind them, but
yes,
30 feet away from where we would have
correct.
started.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was wondering because when Deoxys decided to plant himself, like Trevor was literally next to him.
Yeah. So yeah, Trevor can continue to be next to him. That's fine. Okay.
Cool.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, because everyone else, I know Bean, I had regrouped with everybody else, so I can assume that he's in that default position.
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone else, who do you want to use for this battle?
Alpha Soli.
I'm going to say
Cookie.
I'm going to say that you don't get to make any changes because you're unconscious still.
I wasn't planning on making changes, but who was out previously was Soli in their alpha form, and Cookie, who is now a Goodra.
Cool. Who's next for their squad?
I can go.
Sure.
I had Cabbage and Grape Juice out, I believe, and I'm good with keeping just those 2 out.
Okay. We will do that. Cindy's location doesn't change. She is just a little bit further south than everyone else on the ground. Elodie, you were kind of in that ballpark anyways. You were on you're on like the left side south of the center stage in my current recollection. So we'll just keep you there. That's fine. Schmidt. We had Walter and Patricia, I believe.
That's what I'm trying to remember. I thought I recalled Patricia.
You might have.
The Paris song?
Yeah. I'm giving you the opportunity to make any personnel change. That's in your party. Nothing in the box. But if you want to.
Because I know Walter was out. And Walter was underground next to Deoxys, right?
Yeah, so we can definitely keep that.
Because I remember we discussed, like, I was trying to keep within a certain range so I could pursuit, but then Garvey couldn't earthquake.
Yes, that was a thing that was happening. Yes, correct. You're welcome to reset Walter if you'd like, but you can also keep Walter in that position.
Yeah, let's reset Walter.
Okay.
And if Patricia wasn't already out, let's bring out Patricia.
Cool. Thank you for establishing that. I'd like to leave it up to you guys. Do you want to roll a new initiative or do you want to keep this one going?
I'm fine with keeping.
Any other opinions?
I'm fine with keeping.
Keeping it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm down to keep it.
Okay. It ended on Deoxys. Deoxys? I bet Deoxys is plural for Deoxys, but there's only one here. So I think this would be Deoxys's. It ended on Deoxys's turn. So if we're going off of our old initiative, guess who's up? It's Elodie.
Fabulous.
So I did just reset the scene as a reminder. Most everyone is on the southern side of the central stage that was destroyed by the meteor impact. Deoxys has assumed a defensive position and has rooted itself into the ground. And it is being protected to the south in between you and Deoxys by 3 twisted, demented, evil, corrupted Draconid Pokemon. Oh, I also wanted to state, in this current Deoxys form, it will not be taking any legendary actions. So there's no bamboozles. Just for clarity.
No bamboozles.
No bamboozles.
In this current state.
Gotcha.
Really wants to emphasize that.
Okay. I now, having come to my senses about remembering that I have the ability to heal people,
Mhm.
we're gonna chalk it up to Elodie, like just having just learned this, just forgot in the moment and was stressed about Deoxys. I think I'm gonna have Elodie go over towards Cindy.
Oh?
Would I be able to make it to her this turn?
Absolutely. The only
Awesome.
people in your way would be your allies. So you can absolutely do that.
Awesome. And then I will take an action to transfer some of my HP to her.
Great. How much?
How does 20 sound? Let's do that.
Sure.
20's
go.
more than half.
For Cindy, yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty
I don't
great.
want you to die again.
Thank you.
Sure. So, as her action, Elodie walks over to Cindy, using her healing magic taught to her by Tomatoma, transfers some of her own health to Cindy, recovering Cindy for 20 hit points. Quite fantastic. She doesn't have to make death saves anymore, and she is waking up. She is stirring. Very cool. If your Pokemon have bonus actions they can take or free actions, they are welcome to do so.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Just for because it's a new phase, we will say that Cabbage's Fey Magic reset. It is no longer active.
So I can make another one now if I so choose.
It is a free action, correct?
Yes, it says a bonus action.
Bonus action. Yes, you may do so if you wish.
I'm gonna do it.
Cool.
Just gonna roll a d20 on here, or d100 rather.
I love this table. It's so good.
52.
52. Ooh, kind of fun. Cabbage channels some ancient fairy type power. It seems like the moon shines upon her up in the sky from throughout the craters that litter the ceiling of the village. And from the moonlight, a mystical spectral shield hovers near her. It will stay there for 1 minute. It'll grant her 2 to her armor class and immunity to poison type damage.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Don't know that Deoxys has that, but if it does, that's great.
Yeah. So you're welcome to add that note to whatever table we're keeping. Where are we keeping?
Right.
In-game stuffs? No. Where is that?
I just have my own right now, but I can add one to in-game stuff
If you have your
or
own, that's
improvements or
totally
something.
fine. Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Cool.
And that's +2 to AC?
That is +2 to AC for 1 minute, which is 6 turns? No.
Something like
It's
that.
10 turns.
Ooh.
It's 10 turns. Each
10 turns.
each
Okay,
turn
cool.
is supposed to be 6 seconds. So yes. If none of your other Pokemon have bonus actions, that is your turn.
Sounds good.
Okay. Gimli, you have Trevor right next to this defensively oriented Deoxys. And you also have Bean out and about. What is your plan?
So the first thing was knowing Squids is just far enough away with Walter to not take damage from this, was going to set off an earthquake.
Oh.
So Earthquake is in 20 feet, and since I'm next to Deoxys, that should hit every Pokemon that we're against.
I think it'll hit. So in my head, the Draconid Pokemon are. Is it 20-foot radius?
It's 20-foot radius.
Okay, so they're split up. It'll hit one of them. It'll hit the one that's in the center, which for me is Tyrantrum.
That's fine.
Okay.
So they have to get a DC save for 18 strength.
Okay. Deoxys gets a natural 18. Tyrantrum gets a natural 17. They will both save.
Has the 17 save? Oh, death on the natural, so he has like 5 strength. Right?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
4. That was something I
Okay,
didn't message, is that you guys actually potentially have access to exactly what these Pokemon possess. So that's kind of interesting. You're welcome to metagame. You're also welcome not to if you don't want to.
Okay, so they take 14 each, and Tyrantrum takes double. I got double the dice for Tyrantrum, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Tyrantrum actually ironically took literally double the damage, so 28.
Nice.
Okay, and then I, as a bonus action for Trevor, will of course harden to protect myself. And now Bean, is my Sandstorm still ripping?
Sure.
Restart the state of it as well.
Your choice.
I mean, I'd rather stay.
Sure. Yeah, that's
For
fine.
all effectiveness.
I mean, it's a bonus action anyways, right? So.
Yeah, it is a bonus action. Cool. So yeah, Trevor's ripping that Sandstorm. That does mean there's benefit for Tyrantrum, but that's it.
Yep. So at the end of each of their turns, they will take their proficiency bonus worth of damage.
Okay, so Bean is good. Since they're in a line, you said Tyrantrum's like in the middle?
Yes, they're in a horizontal line. I'm going to say that they're spaced 5 or 10 feet apart, and Tyrantrum's in the middle.
Okay. Bean's just going to fire off a Shadow Ball. It's a line shot, but it's just going to go right to Tyrantrum.
Sure. Absolutely. Tyrantrum. Oh, that is a roll to hit. Correct. I always think it's like a special move, so it's a save, but in D&D, not
I know.
necessarily.
Yeah, that's why I was like double checking the rules on Sandstorm, because
Yep,
I was
yep,
like, if it's a saving throw, I don't want that.
Yeah, no bonuses.
Does a 24 hit?
It sure does. Roll that damage.
So it hits for 16 damage.
Nice.
And he is -2 on any attack roll until the end of his next turn, or -2 on any saving throw.
That is huge. Going to be just easier to hit in general. Nicely done. Yeah, in a sequential combo attack, Trevor slams its big old foot into the ground and shakes the ground around Deoxys. Deoxys cannot defend itself from it very well. Well, it did, actually. They both took damage. Just kidding. They both saved. Both of these Pokemon have immaculate defenses, but Tyrantrum takes super effective damage. And then immediately following, Bean fires off a blob of shadow directly at Tyrantrum, dealing even more damage. Tyrantrum seemingly does not take recoil at all. Its face is focused on the Quacko Packo and nothing else. It doesn't wince. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't even care. Great. Anything else for Gimli?
Trevor can technically Shadow Sneak, but that will put him in danger. I don't like you yet. I think I'm good.
Cool. Very cool. Up next on the initiative turn is allies, is what I've written. Upon seeing the Draconid Elders Pokemon become transformed, the Quacko Packo has lost a number of allies. One, they've lost Walker, Tomatoma, Jenga, and Renza, who have all fallen unconscious from Deoxys' attack, and all of their Pokemon except for Altaria. Some visiting trainers have run away. Pappy and Cacturn have fled the scene. Christopher and Revavroom have fled the scene. The only remaining trainers that stand by their side behind them is Scarlet and her Absol, Zavo and Zatu, the man that they saved from the cave with the Galvantula and the Joltik, and then Sam's mysterious brother and his Weavile. The one I didn't exactly mention in that list is Tomatoma's Altaria. Altaria is going to take a moment to use her massive poofy wings to try and push the fallen Draconid Elders away from the scene of the battle. Altaria is doing their best to do so. Of the allies to take an action this turn, we're going to have Scarlet and Absol. They like to take their chances, so to speak. That's what they're all about. So Scarlet will send Absol to attack with a Night Slash into Renza's Gudra. It does, in fact, connect, dealing not a crit, but dealing a good old 32 points of dark type damage. Pretty good.
Holy.
Pretty sizable hit. Unfortunately, this kind of zombified version of Renzo's Gudra still maintains its ability gooey, and actually they passed the gooey save, so they actually will not be gooed. So great turn for Scarlet and Absol, and that's going to do it for our allies. Cindy, what are you doing? Well, for one, Cindy, you're conscious. You have HP, and you arise to see Elodie standing above you with a comforting smile. What is your first plan of action?
Reacquaint myself with the situation, because now we have the other team's Pokemon being evil, or not the Elder's Pokemon being evil.
Yes.
And Cookie evolved.
True. Yeah, Cindy notices both of these things. She notices that Cookie and Soli have been doing their best to continue the fight without her. They've actually done quite well. They were disadvantaged for some attacks, and they still pulled through. And furthermore, Cookie is an entirely new stage, which is certainly probably shocking for Cindy.
So Cindy is super proud of her babies.
As she should be. How will she command them?
We'll have Soli use a flamethrower.
Very cool.
Which is a 40-foot distance.
It's a cone, I believe, right? Is it described as a cone?
I think so.
I think it is. Mathing. Because of the charged alpha state, I will let you hit all 3 Draconid Pokemon. If you want to angle really cheekily, you could hit 1 Elder Pokemon. Another one you can hit with cover, and then you can hit Deoxys. So I feel like those are your 2 options.
That's it. All the Draconid Pokemon.
All the Draconid Pokemon. What is their save?
Is it based on Dex?
It should be.
Would it be a higher save because I'm in the alpha form?
Yes, it would be. Whatever is
right now. It's a DC 16 Dex save right now.
Okay, it should be DC 21 in your alpha form, which is quite potent.
Okay.
Tyrantrum will save with advantage because he's a rock type in a sandstorm. But let's go. Gudra fails. Tyrantrum with advantage succeeds, and Walker's Skarmory fails. So
did anybody fail by 5 or more?
Both of the fails were greater than 5.
They are burned, unless. Can Gudra not get burned, or is my Gudra special?
That's your Gudra. Your Gudra is a fire type. This Gudra is not.
Okay, so they are burned.
That is excellent.
If they failed by 5 or more. Is Cabbage's special thing in effect?
Which special thing?
Doesn't it,
decorate?
The dice? Yes.
I would like to reset it if that's okay.
That's totally
We're
fine.
in a new phase.
I was about to say 4D12 would be sick.
Yeah,
but
no. I
can roll 4D10, I guess.
I think it's phase 2. If this was a video game, I think it would kind of recenter the battlefield more or less. So I want to kind of reset.
That's 30.
Okay, 30 overall damage?
Yes.
Okay.
So the one who saved takes half.
Okay. They also resist, so they actually take a quarter.
They both resist? Okay.
Gudra resists, Tyrantrum resists, Skarmory does not resist.
Okay, so Tyrantrum takes a quarter.
Yes.
Gudra takes half.
Half, correct.
And Skarmory just takes all of it.
Yep.
Yes. Gudra and Skarmory are burned.
Correct. Great. Soli unleashes a dramatic, beautiful flamethrower. The fire is so hot that around the edges, it is a bright blue. It slams into all the Draconid Pokemon, and none of them react whatsoever. They stare straight ahead, seemingly into nothing. It appears that Tyrantrum is hardly affected at all. The sandstorm that is surrounding it seems to be boosting its defenses. However, you can tell that the carapaces of both Gudra and Skarmory have received dramatic fire-type damage, and they are now burned, taking damage over time and potentially influencing their ability to deal damage themselves. Overall, a great action by Soli. Is Cindy doing anything else?
Cookie is going to... I'm trying to see what Magma Storm does.
Yeah, take your time to acquaint yourself with
It's
it.
a new move.
In fact, you could read it out loud for the people, since it's a new move.
So, Magma Storm, Cookie summons a devastating maelstrom of fire in a 20-foot circle centered on a point in range. Any creature caught in the zone must make a con save against the move DC. A failure, they receive full damage as well as guaranteed extra damage at the end of each of their turn as long as they remain in the zone.
Correct.
And it has an 80-foot range, so I can pick a point within 80 feet.
It's all. Does that
Just
align
a-
with any other moves that Gudra has?
Draco Meteor.
They're the same range? That's crazy.
What?
Imagine
it's
that.
by design. What an artillery.
Dropping circles of devastation.
I love circle skill shots.
But I feel like Draco Meteor would be another really good move.
That's true.
But it may be worse the following turn, where Magma Storm only gets better the sooner you put it down.
I guess that's fair.
It's a risk and reward. Do you want immediate power or do you want building power?
And then
I
immediate
mean-
power afterwards.
The damage is 4d12 plus 4 for Magna Storm, so
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty devastating. Or it could be pretty devastating. Now let's do Magma Storm.
Okay. And it's a 20-foot circle, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You can.
So can I put the circle close enough to hit one of the bad Pokemon and Deoxys?
Yes, it will be Tyrantrum and Deoxys.
I'm basically replacing Sandstorm with Magma.
I think they'll
Sure,
both
please.
be active.
they just are both active.
Yeah.
Oh,
Magma's
goodness.
not like a weather condition. It's kind of like a. how
Sometimes you
fire
get hit with
works.
rock, sometimes you get hit with
No,
magma.
you're just getting hit by both.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
They're just taking chip damage after chip damage.
Yeah. It'd be nasty.
Yeah, so I will summon that, and then they both need to make a DC 16 con save.
Excellent. Let's have them do that. Tyrantrum gets advantage.
Tyrantrum's yeah.
Yep. They get a natural 18 on their second roll, so they will save.
Mhm.
Deoxys does not have advantage, but it has crazy stats. It gets a natural 20. So actually, Deoxys will evade taking any damage here. However, it will still be subject to the effects of the storm. But
It doesn't specify what the storm is.
I think because Deoxys is currently, at the moment, not moving, it will stay in the storm, and you should be able to reactivate for damage. It's kind of like Rock Tomb. That's my understanding. I mean, I made the move, but I believe that's how it works. It said guaranteed damage, correct?
As well as guaranteed extra damage at the end of each of their turns, as long as they remain in the zone.
Yeah, so if Deoxys continues to not move, it will not need to make a save on that damage. It will just continue to take damage.
Okay.
It's the end of
Am I
their
st-
turns. That just sounds like it behaves like sand does.
yeah, that's
not
correct.
like-
Actually, it's more like a weather
yeah, so it's
condition.
not like a roll. It's like they just take damage every
Yes,
turn.
correct.
It's not
It
something
doesn't
that,
say
like,
what
you
that
have to react
damage is.
Let's just make it the move for now. And if we decide that's too powerful later, we will nerf
The
it.
move is 4d12 plus 4.
Yes, that is what we'll do.
Okay, that
You-
seems really high.
So
Yeah, that's what
it
we're
doesn't
doing it.
say. It just says on a failure they receive full damage.
Correct. On a success, they would take half damage.
Okay, so should I roll it for what's his face?
Tyrantrum, you could roll
Yes.
a quarter of the dice because they resist and they pass the save.
So 1d12 plus 4
Yep, that would do it.
instead of 4.
Yes.
Neato. Shit. That's a 1.
That's a 1. Hey, I believe it.
That's 5 damage. Bop bop.
Hey, we'll take that. That's great. A new technique to be seen by all, if only Renzo was awake to see it. Cookie summons from its body and the surroundings. It creates an intense heat that causes magma to rain down from the sky in a 20-foot circle above Tyrantrum and Deoxys. Deoxys managed to summon a psychic spectral shield that protects it from all incoming damage. However, it cannot currently escape the pouring magma from the sky. It connects with Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum seemingly, it's hard to tell, seemingly shrugs it off. Does not seem like it takes much damage at all. And it just stands in it, just basking in the raining magma. And it seems it will continue to rain magma for some time. Let us continue. Or anything else for Cindy, I guess. If Cindy has a bonus action, you can do it. But
I think that's my turn.
great. That brings us to Schmidt. Hi, Schmidt.
Hello. I guess I got to do a move now.
I mean, you don't have to,
Ooh.
but it would be beneficial for your allies if you did.
Yeah.
We will say you reset Walter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're in a good neutral state with Walter and Patricia.
I think I'm just gonna full on recall Walter,
Okay,
and I'm gonna send out Meryl Cheap
great.
in his place.
Hi, Meryl Cheap. Talonflame. It's the field. Very cool.
Yeah.
That gives
And
you
then,
one more action to work with.
are they all still on a line?
Yes. From your left, it's Gudra, Tyrantrum, Skarmory, and behind Tyrantrum is Deoxys.
How far away is Deoxys from me?
30 feet.
You know, that's right at the range of a Parish song.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
Fire it off.
It is a 13 con that Deoxys has to make, and also I have to make. And if
Okay.
Tyrantrum is in the line, Tyrantrum also has to make the con.
Tyrantrum
save.
could be in the line. Do you want to negotiate that? Actually, you could pick any one Draconid Pokemon to be in the line. With your repositioning, you could totally do that.
Tyrantrum has advantage on saves.
That's true.
You know who probably has Trash Con?
The Skarmory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like you know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's like you've seen that sheet before.
I haven't, but
Yeah,
oh
you
wait,
have.
I have.
You played
You
that
have,
shit.
you
Yeah.
played the character.
Yeah, I'll do the Skarmory.
Great. Skarmory and Deoxys making a DC 13 Constitution save. Skarmory first.
Mm-hmm.
Skarmory gets a natural 19. They pass. Deoxys gets a natural 17. They will pass.
Damn,
Okay.
Rich is rolling.
Yeah, my dice is
Patricia,
doing good.
it's a natural 16.
Cool.
So they're not as ballin', but they pass.
In my mind, Parish Song is like one of those. It's like using a gun in D&D. I like usually people balance guns. Well, for one, they make them like blunderbusses, so they're not very accurate. But they make them like either like miss all the time, or it's like a guaranteed headshot kind of thing. Where I feel like that's kind of Parish Song's mechanic is like,
Okay,
if
it's just fissure,
yeah, it's kind of fissure. It's a delayed fissure.
which is incredible in this type of environment. So.
Absolutely. So I what I'm trying to say is a good attempt. Absolutely, it was worth the try.
Schmidt should summon Rayquaza.
Yeah, think that's something.
Sure,
we
I'll
can
just do that.
Wait, Schmidt should use the
Summon
gun.
Rayquaza. Wait, shoot the gun in the sky, and Rayquaza will show up.
I feel like we had this exact conversation.
Redneck Rayquaza.
Anyway.
Shoot the gun in the sky and say
Down here.
yeehaw.
It's
I
like,
ain't scared of no
Rayquaza, where have you
Deoxys.
been? Down south, you know.
Hell
Was
yeah.
that a barbecue?
Schmidt is out of actions. He still has bonus actions.
Schmidt has no bonus actions.
Okay. He can.
Summoning Rayquaza is not a bonus action.
It is not.
No, that is a full action. That's a whole
Hmm.
dragon.
Do you got any flavor actions? You don't have to have them, but I'm just wondering if you want Schmidt to say something or tell a party member something or taunt Deoxys or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, boy howdy, when this hits, you're gonna go down.
Yeehaw.
Boy, howdy.
Who's he telling this to? Is this Deoxys?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make a very easy intimidation save for Deoxys. Okay, yeah, they pass. They don't care. They do not notice any. What am I trying to say here? How do I put this? Schmidt does not gather their attention. Basically, cool. If that's the end of Schmidt's turn, it's time for the baddies. Used to just be Deoxys, but now there's 4. Let's start with Tyrantrum in the middle. Tyrantrum assesses the situation in a very kind of like robotic kind of way, almost like the what is controlling its body isn't Tyrantrum itself. It's like a drone. It's like it's being operated by a puppeteer. Tyrantrum peers around. It isolates what it deems to be the largest threat. That is Cookie, the Hoenn Gudra. Tyrantrum will charge forward with a head smash. Look at Cookie's AC.
Mhm.
That is a 22 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Great. Cookie will take super effective head smash damage. This will not be good.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Mid rolls, you're kind of lucky. Cookie takes 56 points of rock type damage as this zombie Tyrantrum smashes its huge skull with a brilliant golden crest on the front right into Cookie. Cookie still has a form of gooey, correct?
Yes, Cookie does.
That has you make a roll or me make a roll?
Both thought it was me.
Yeah, I think it is you.
Roll a d4. I rolled a 1, so no, it does not affect.
It does not activate. And in case anyone was wondering, this Tyrantrum does in fact have the Rock Head ability, does not take damage from Head Smash. Let's move on. Gudra. Gudra's actually going to back up a little bit. It's going to close the gap on the left side of Deoxys, stage right. And it will elect to use a technique known as Draco Meteor, one that Cindy's familiar with. The Puppeteer continues to make consistent decisions and targets Cookie, and perhaps Solely if Solely's in range of it. 20-foot circle, I would wager probably is.
Probably.
We're going to have Draco Meteor attempt to hit both. They need to make a DC 17 dexterity save.
Cookie failed.
Okay.
And Solely, is it +5 total, or is it +5 on top of my dex?
Your dex has increased by +5. Yeah, we'll just make it 1-to-1. Whatever. Yeah. Add 5 to that. That's fine.
What's the save?
17.
Solely got a natural 19.
Okay, great.
So Solely saved. Cookie did not.
Okay. Renza's Gudra rolled nasty. Cookie takes 98 points of dragon type damage.
Cookie is down.
Cookie is certainly knocked out as draconic meteors fall from the sky, ones that Cindy saw in a demonstration just a few hours ago. Solely, a little more dexterous and not taking super effective damage, passes the save and takes 24 points of dragon type damage. Last, puppeted Mon, Skarmory, looks around, sees what's close by. Again, the Puppeteer will instruct Skarmory to go for a Steel Wing into Trevor. Rolling to hit. Ooh. A dirty 12. I don't believe that connects.
That does not.
Okay. Well, would you look at that? Deoxys, in the ground, takes no perceivable action. Its eyes are glowing, the same color as the Drac in its Pokemon's eyes. Something is happening, but it takes no action. These Pokemon will take some damage over time. Tyrantrum stepped out of the Magma Storm. It's in front of Cookie. Deoxys takes Magma Storm damage. Full damage is excessive. That's very true. What level is Cookie?
11.
And what's their highest stat?
Strength +4.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, con +5.
That's what I thought.
Jeez.
Okay. Probably what I did for Rock Tomb. I'm just thinking, like, do we just do, like, whatever the
But
player...
Rock Tomb's a different philosophy. Rock Tomb
is.
is I can just activate it.
It is, yeah, where this is passive damage.
This is passive. That's why I was like, that's excessive because you can just use another skill.
Yeah,
Like Rock Tomb, I have to commit my skill.
Yeah, I do want it to be powerful, maybe not that powerful. We can just say 16 fire type damage, perhaps.
Okay.
I think for a level 10 insane Pokemon, I think that's pretty fair. However, I do want to specify that I don't read this in moves very often, but as like a mage, a sorcerer kind of thing, Magma Storm is maintained by concentration, and Cookie's knocked out. So this will be the last time that you get the passive benefits of Magma Storm.
Okay.
But we will experience these passive benefits. So I'm going to deal 16 flat fire type damage to Deoxys.
Okay.
Which is good. And then the burns happen. So Skarmory takes its proficiency bonus of damage, and Gudra takes its proficiency bonus in damage. And I believe that's it. I know that was kind of a lot, but that is the baddies. They are behaving very intelligently, which is kind of odd.
Did they take sand besides Skarmory?
The only one who would take sand is Gudra and Deoxys, or Gudra's not in range, but Deoxys does take sand. Good reminder.
Why is Gudra not in range? She's in range of the Magma Storm.
Gudra
Gudra's
is
not in range of the Magma Storm.
no. Gudra's not in range.
It
of
was
the
just Tyrantrum and Deoxys.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Gudra then? Because I'm like right on top of Deoxys.
Gudra, so on my visual map, which we're clearly not sharing, but that's totally fine. This is what we get for playing with Theater of the Mind. You're on the right side of Deoxys from the player's perspective, and Gudra.
60 feet.
Oh, Sandstorm 60 feet. Yeah, Gudra takes damage.
Yeah, 60 feet radius.
Yeah. I thought it was smaller. Yep.
No, it's pretty massive.
Taking some damage. This damage over time is kind of added up. It's kind of nice. Okay, I believe that is it for the turn. With Cookie being defeated, the magma stops raining on the area. We're back to Elodie.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. I am first going to have Cabbage redecorate Soli.
Okay. That happens. It's great. Soli's all powered
Yay.
up.
And then I'm gonna yell over to Toma
Mm-hmm.
and be like, Toma, is there any way we can try and like unpossess the Draconid elders?
Okay. I will have you know that Toma is currently not conscious.
Oh, she's unconscious? I forgot about that. Damn.
No, it's fine. You're still welcome to make this plea, but it's very unlikely she'll be able to react. The only non-brainwashed member of the Draconids currently is Altaria.
Oh, it is? Okay. For some reason I thought Toma was also...
It
That is
appears
my B.
it appears that the elders are not under any sort of control. They're just on the ground. And,
She's just unconscious.
and
Okay.
Altaria is pushing them into a corner.
Okay. Then instead of yelling over, I am going to run over to them.
Okay, sure. From when you were at Cindy, you will not quite get to them because Altaria pushed them away. You're welcome to dash, and you can get to them. But otherwise, it kind of depends on your route. So if you don't dash, you could get there next turn, but you are going to be crossing Gudra's attack of opportunity. Elodie will be.
Right.
You could choose to dash and like go around. That's an option, but you lose an action. Those are your two scenarios I'm giving you. You're also welcome to roll stealth as well, but then you wouldn't be dashing. So it's kind of a tricky situation.
Right.
Or you could flavor something. You it's D&D. You could always like make a distraction or
Right. Like if I had grape juice go for like because would I be able to like have grape juice go for a move and then start like making my way over?
With the decorate being consumed, your action economy isn't super high.
Right.
So I think if you wanted to flavor a distraction, I would like to allow it, but I don't think you could also be doing damage.
Right. That's fair.
And the distraction may not work either.
Of course, yeah.
I also don't know if you have any items that could help you either, but it's also something to consider in this sort of situation.
Man, I wish there was an object that would allow me to
Like teleport.
travel from one location to another.
So crazy.
Or an object that could yeet Deoxys out of here. Make it someone else's problem.
Imagine. Just like poured it to like Palatown. Like get fuck Palatown.
Or Team Energy headquarters. Your problem. Bye-bye.
I feel like they'd enjoy that actually. The thing is I don't know how the Hooper ring works. So
That is true. It's almost like I've spent a
can't,
year begging you guys to play with it so that you know how to use it.
Right?
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's a good a time as any to figure it out, right?
It's honestly, fuck it, we ball. It's a good a time as any to figure out how it works.
Great. Are you actually doing so, Elodie? Are you doing something with the ring?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off the ring.
Okay. What is your intention? What is Elodie thinking she is going to accomplish here?
I'm going to hold it in front of me or like place it in front of me in some way with the intention of traveling to the Elder's location.
Okay. You're replacing it or holding it and you want to travel to the Elders, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The ring has a glimmer, and inside of it, there is like a purple void forming. It is in your hand. That is what's happening.
Okay. Cool.
I will say that your turn isn't over. You're holding this ring, and there's a swirling energy inside of it.
Right. So it's like it's loading. It's on its loading screen right now. Is my assumption.
No comment. I don't know
No
what to
comment.
say. It seems
Maybe,
like okay. Here we go. Here we go. It seems like you've generated the key. You have not generated the door.
Okay. That is an interesting way to phrase that.
Drop it on the ground, see if the door opens.
Let's do it. I'm gonna put it on the ground.
How do you put it on the ground?
Like orientation wise?
No, like how? Like what is that verb that Elodie does?
Do you like
Placing
throw it?
it?
Do you place it?
You
I'm gonna
pick
place
it
it.
up,
Yeet
then you
it.
throw it on the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground.
To the ground.
Which one of these stated options is Elodie doing?
That's not my dad. That's a phone.
I'm gonna place it gently because I don't want it to break.
Okay.
Then I threw it on the ground.
Elodie places the hooper ring gently on the ground, and the purple swirling void inside of it continues to swirl. It is still the size of a bracelet.
Dang it.
Um,
Your hand it.
I will give you one more interaction, and then I will end your turn.
Got it.
What if you toss it like a frisbee? Why are you laughing at me?
No, that's fair. I'm gonna assume that like Cindy is making these recommendations,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm gonna toss it to Cindy.
Great.
In Cindy's direction, not intending for her to catch it, but like in her direction.
Okay. Roll the d20.
Okay. We're getting somewhere.
Just a
Let's go.
straight flat d20.
Got it. 6.
6. Good enough. Elodie takes the hooper ring off of the ground with the swirling vortex inside of it and throws it towards Cindy's direction. As she furls it from her fingers, it expands into about the size of a walkway, and the swirling vortex changes to be an area that is next to where the collapsed draconids are. You can see through it, and you can see Tomatoma Altaria's face. Elodie's view of Cindy is obstructed by this portal, as is Cindy's view of Elodie. You made a portal.
Yo! I made a portal!
Let's go.
Do you enter it?
Talker. Yes, I'm gonna go through.
Okay, you do so. Do you, in your mind's eye, have the intention for this portal to remain active?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. It continues. It's like the gold ring that has constructed it. It seems like it's spinning and glowing. And the portal remains open for the time being. And now, consuming very little movement, you are next to the draconids. However, with your action economy, your time is done.
Cool.
Okay. It finally happened. I'm so happy. Okay, sorry.
Portal opened.
Gimli.
Okay, where's the portal located? Just for my own frame of reference.
We'll say it's a 15-minute stroll, or sorry, 15-foot stroll.
15, just a casual.
Just like it was way far into the cave. No, 15 feet for Gimli to walk into it. Note also it's like pretty close to like Tyrantrum also.
Oh my god, what if we can get Tyrantrum to start going through it and then end it when he's part of the way through it?
No.
Oh my god. He'll die. Like, I want you to know that's how physics works. Like, he's dead. Like, he's actually
Prove the
not
power
like
of flex tape.
Pokemon
I
unconscious.
sawed this
That
thing
Tyrantrum
is-
in half.
Tyrantrum, though?
this possessed Pokemon, you want to murder it? That's horrible.
Okay, you're right.
You're right.
Let's do it to Deoxys.
Well, first we have to
Right.
dislodge Deoxys, which is part of my plan here, because I want to try to dislodge him with Earthquake, like with the intention of trying to dislodge this planted Deoxys.
Do it.
I want to. I just want to know the conditions of that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can use Earthquake in like a utility sense. I feel like we have to, if we're using it to have something happen, we have to take away an element of it, and that's probably going to be the damage.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, you can totally do that. We can just make it all the same saves and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted, the goal is not to damage, but to dislodge his planted state, because it seems like he's like a little satellite guy sending a signal. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, can we like not do that?
hmm
Yeah, that's D18 strength.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Or yeah,
Rolling.
DC18.
And guess what? Critical fail. Finally, a bad roll for Deoxys.
Get bodied.
Okay.
I guess I should tell you what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little important. Gimli issues Trevor the command to Earthquake, not with the intention of damaging Deoxys, but to uproot it from the ground, which Trevor absolutely nails. It goes off without a hitch. The ground trembles in such a way that Deoxys is forced outwards. It's generally... Deoxys is quite powerful, and it seems like it could perhaps maintain some sort of control. However, this is a critical failure. It is caught completely off guard, and as is important for psychic types, their concentration means everything. Deoxys's body unfurls into its default state, not defensive. Its normal form with tentacle arms, and all 3 of the Draconid Pokemon fall to the ground. Are they defeated? Who knows? They are not currently active. And Deoxys is knocked prone. That is what happened.
Great. So, in that state, do I have any bonus actions I can do besides the obvious harden every turn, just to keep myself safe? And then I don't think Trevor has anything else, but Bean does, because Bean is gonna unload some ghost type damage.
Hell yeah! Let's see.
So we're gonna start open with a Shadow Ball.
Okay.
Actually, can I do something weird?
I'd love to
with
hear
this?
it. Yeah, tell me what you want to do.
So because Shadow Sneak is a bonus action,
Yeah.
can I hurl myself into my own Shadow Ball and fire Bean like a cannon with the Shadow Ball?
Sure, why not? I think you don't get to do that for free. You have to make some sort of skill check.
Sure.
That sounds like a dex thing to me. Because it's speed and positioning, so
Yeah.
I want it to happen. What is Bean's base dex?
12.
Okay. Let's make that the DC. Let's call it 12 for this little shotgun kind of. So sorry, can you describe that again? He wants to fire the Shadow Ball.
So
Shadow
he'll,
Sneak
like, launch the Shadow Ball and then
Yeah.
utilize his like crazy momentum of Shadow Sneak to like hurl himself with the Shadow Ball,
Okay, so he's
like,
boosting
kind
the damage of Shadow Sneak,
essentially.
but also combo attacking it with Shadow Ball, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So for the damage roll, we can just combine their dice if it succeeds, and then also just add more. We'll decide how much more based on your roll.
He passes barely. So
Awesome.
It's like a 13. Yeah.
Cool, he did it. Barely passing. What's the damage of Shadow Sneak and Shadow Ball, respectively? What are their
So
formulas?
Shadow Ball will give him 2d8 plus 9,
Mm-hmm.
and Shadow Sneak is 1d6 plus 7.
Let's do 4d8 plus 16. How does it sound?
Do I
That's-
still get the effects of Shadow Ball?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I mean, because it was still Shadow Ball. So you
Yeah.
said 48.
Yeah, you still have to roll a hit though, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
The thingamajig worked, but we still got to hit it. It is
Yeah,
prone,
so-
and Shadow Ball is not like a projectile save.
No, it's still considered.
And if you're
like,
Shadow
strength.
Sneaking point blank, yeah, you have advantage to hit. You're fine. You should probably hit.
You say that.
Yeah, what'd you get?
7 on the good roll.
7 on the good roll?
Yeah, it
I'm
was
so-
really bad. I got a 3 and a 1.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
I will still give you Shadow Sneak's damage for sure.
Okay, yeah, because that just happens, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's 12 damage.
Okay. I like cool creative shit, and even when it doesn't work out, I don't want it to go unrewarded. I want to
Right.
grant Garby, CJ, a D8 of inspiration. I haven't given one of those in a while. I think you guys have like totally deserved them. That's so sad. Sorry, guys. I need to be thinking about that more often. I guess the alternative is like I've been a player that hounds the DM. It's like, do I get inspiration for that? And that's like really
Yeah.
annoying. So like, I'm glad you guys haven't. So I will do better this season to reward that when it is deserved, because there are plenty of times in the past 2 seasons it was deserved. I didn't do it. So, anyways, I believe that's it for Gimli, correct?
Yeah, that'd be it.
Note that Deoxys is still prone, and it will be until
Yes.
its next turn. So that's kind of huge. It is the allies' turn. We're gonna go to Sam's brother here. Sam's brother, a strong battler with a mysterious background and a powerful dark type, sees this opportunity to strike a fell space alien knocked over by Trevor. We will get another Night Slash coming through with advantage to hit.
Oh, come on.
It does not critically strike, unfortunately, but it does connect, which is very, very
Okay.
nice. So let's get that damage. Sam's brother's Weavile's Night Slash deals 65 points of dark type damage. A very, very good hit that was only made possible by Trevor. So
Hot damn.
very, very good. Love to see it. Note that potentially, depending on what happens these next few turns, Weavile might be in a bad position. It's kind of isolated. But keep that in mind. As Sam's brother gives this command for Weavile to use Night Slash, there's a really distinct kind of like primal pain in his voice. There's something very serious going on inside his mind. The other ally we will give a turn to here is Altaria. I'm going to give Altaria a turn every round for the allies. Altaria sees Elodie and locks eyes with Elodie in kind of like a pleading sort of way. And I will offer Elodie a chance to say something or make a check right now. Also, did Cabbage come with you, or is Cabbage on the other side of the portal?
No, cabbage and grape juice came with me.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
It'd be so funny if Cabbage was just like looking in, like
It's like, what's going on?
hey, what are you doing?
Where'd you go? No. They both came with.
Okay.
As for saying something potentially to Altaria,
You don't have to. I just wanted to offer it.
yeah, I think I will. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly to say.
I know it wasn't your turn, so take your time.
No, it's okay. Just like something along the lines of like, don't worry. I'm gonna try and help Toma and the others as much as I can.
Give a charisma check.
Cool. Will do. 30-20.
Okay. Yeah. Tomatoma's Altaria looks confident and proud at Elodie, and its eyes well, and it turns around, and it faces the fell Deoxys, and it prepares an aerial attack. This wasn't on its original page, but this is what I want to do. Because all of its attacks are ranged, and this is a very powerful Pokemon, it's going to improvise a melee flying type attack, which I'm going to make akin to Brave Bird. So let's roll to hit with advantage. It does hit, just barely actually. Great. Oh wow, max roll. Altaria leaps into the sky and charges down with a screech like a falcon, and smashes its body directly into Deoxys, dealing 38 points of flying type damage. For an improvised attack, that is very good. Nice. That is the allies' turns. Both did exceptionally well. It's Cindy's turn now. Cindy, Cookie has fell.
Yes, I'm gonna return Cookie if I can.
Okay.
So I just have Soli out right now. We are going to quick attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then we'll use an overheat
Into whom?
on Deoxys.
Great. Okay. You're doing the quick
Because I
attack
figure the quick
first?
attack will kind of, the reason I want to do quick attack first is I can move without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Correct. Yes. For clarity, the 3 corrupted Draconid Pokemon are currently... They're not unconscious because they're out of health. They are just unconscious, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So yes.
Oh, so I didn't have to worry about that.
No,
anyway.
but you might as well quick attack anyways, right?
Yeah.
Also note, I don't know if you want to, I don't want to give you too much information, but Deoxys is prone. So unless you are very close, a ranged attack is more likely to miss. But overheat, it's not a line, it's an area around Soli, right?
It just says any creature within range,
Okay,
and it's 15 foot something.
Yeah. So it
puts me much closer.
Yes. No. Okay. That is the play then. If it was a beam like Flamethrower, Deoxys would have a higher chance to dodge it. But yeah, that works perfectly fine, especially if you're using quick attack to get closer. So let's just do quick attack first because it's the cannon first move.
So it's a +8 to hit normally. Is that different because I'm in alpha form?
Yeah, it's based on Dex. We'll just add 5. That's been our thing. We're just adding 5.
16 +8 +5 to hit.
Yeah, whatever that is,
A
that will
lot.
certainly hit.
It's more than 20.
Yeah, that's more than Deoxys' armor class while it's in its normal form. You may roll damage.
All that for 1d6. 3.
3, nice. Cool.
And then we're going in with an overheat, which Deoxys has to make a DC 14 Dex. It's got to be higher than that because of the alpha form.
Yeah. We've just been adding 5. It's the alpha form. Let's do that. And
Okay,
this
so
will
19.
this will reduce Sully's capabilities afterwards anyways, so that's fine.
Yes.
They
DC 19 dex save.
do not have disadvantage to save because this is not a melee attack. So they just have a normal roll. They have good stats. They do in fact pass the save.
Okay.
So they take half damage.
Yes. 31 damage.
Okay.
That's the full damage, so it's half of that because they saved.
Yes,
15.
correct. 15. We will round down to 15. Also note that must have been a kind of a low roll, huh?
A little, yeah.
Yeah. Also note that Sully is not immune to experiencing the effects of exhaustion from overheat. So your next turn will likely not be quite as successful, but who knows? Maybe you roll well enough. Cindy's action economy still has 1 action as a trainer. She may send something out, or she may do something as Cindy.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I returned Cookie what that was.
I'm treating it.
If I had.
I'm treating it like in Pokemon, like it just kind of happens. Switching is different. Switching like takes intention, but you will recall your Pokemon like instinctively, especially as like a level 10 trainer, right?
Okay. Who we got?
You should have 2 other Pokemon. I think one of them is Jack, right?
No, Jack's in the box.
Oh, just kidding.
Also, Larvastar is just vibing, but I don't want to like throw Larvastar into battle.
Mm-hmm.
You should physically throw him at Deoxys.
Hey, it works for the Skarmories.
I did. I was gonna say I did do that to a Skarmory, but let's send out Fang.
Fang, the newly acquired Bagon, hasn't seen any battles, I don't think, correct? Fang flops onto the ground. It seems like it is vaguely familiar, not with like Deoxys, but with this environment. Interesting. And you sent it out, so unless it has any bonus actions, that is it for Cindy.
Nope.
Cool. Fang hits the field. Cute little, chunky little dragon guy. That's great. Schmidt, you're up.
Cool. Full offense
Uh-huh.
this turn. Patricia's going to start with the Brave Bird.
Okay. Deoxys is prone. I believe that might trigger something for Schmidt. Doesn't
Is
it?
that? Oh, God.
You have an advantage to
prone?
hit. It's so you're not flanking, but do you get passive stuff for just general advantage? Or does it have to be flanking?
Attacks made with advantage.
It's an attack made with
Always
advantage.
crit. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Deoxys is prone on the
shit.
ground.
Okay, yeah, no, we're just going to pile up on him.
As they say, this is Schmidt time. This is what Schmidt's made for.
Okay, so Brave Bird, I don't have to roll the hit then, right?
Nope.
God, how do we do critical hits again? Just double the dice.
No. So you get automatic max damage on the dice, whatever that would be. It's just the total of the dice that you roll, and then you roll on top of that. Did Schmidt get a new crit passive with becoming a lore
Just
keeper?
the HP.
Yeah, it was just the HP sacrifice. Yeah.
I think it's shit with lore keeper. I just want you to know.
Well, that's what you think.
You can summon Rayquaza.
The implications of this are not fully known, is something that I wrote. So, anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that I gave you more crit stuff. I gave you sneak crit stuff, but this isn't sneaking. This is prone. So, anyways, yeah, you roll your butt ton of damage.
Okay. So automatic max.
Yep.
It's 81 damage.
Hell yeah, it is. Great. Yeah, that's perfect. Patricia flies into the sky, mimicking Tomatoma's Altaria previous attack just seconds earlier. There's just a dog pile of fluffy cloudbirds. It is incredible. What else is Schmidt doing?
That was, hold on, I gotta do math. What did I tell you? 81.
Mm-hmm.
So just do 80 divided by 4 because I have to take a recoil.
Correct.
Okay. Patricia's not doing too hot.
I guess that's the price of being a pop star.
And then I'm going to dogpile on him with Flare Blitz from Talonflame.
Nice. Meryl cheap action. Sure. Guaranteed crit, as Schmidt does.
This one's not going to be as powerful. That one's going to be 59 points of fire type damage.
Excellent. Very, very good. I believe because that's a default crit that will trigger a burn.
Oh, true.
That's in Flare Blitz,
on
right?
On a natural 19 or 20.
Great.
I guess it's treated as a 20. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a calc recoil for that. Okay. And as a bonus action, Can Talonflame use Quick Attack
Absolutely.
on the Weavile to knock it out of range of whatever bullshit is coming?
Oh, wow. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I will kind of just play it as an earthquake, I guess. So you'll roll to hit, and then based on how well you roll is how far away you can push it. Or do you want to damage it, or are you just trying to push it?
I'm just trying to push it.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Am I using my plus to hit for this?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 18.
Yeah, that's great. How far do you want to push Weavile, if you want to give a number to it?
Like if I were to get him out of range of an earthquake.
Okay. Yeah.
If
So
like a Garby went for another earthquake.
we could say a solid 25 feet then. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
You rolled well enough for it. Sure. Yeah. Meryl Cheap, seeing the exposed prone Deoxys, summons a flame around its body with another raptor screech, charges into Deoxys' body, and then immediately turns about and pretty harshly nudges Sam's brother's Weavile out of the area. I believe. Do you have any other bonus actions or anything that you want to do?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. We're going to move on to the baddies' turns. If I had to assign a value to Deoxy's current HP in this state, it is in the red. It is in the red HP bar. This was a very bad round for it. Looks around, assesses the situation, and makes a dramatic maneuver. It sheds its legs. It chops its legs off, depleting the rest of this form's current HP. It levitates above the group, and new tentacles spawned from the core of its body, and now it has 2 arm tentacles and a dozen or so orange and blue tentacles underneath its body that are writhing about. It faces upwards, closes its eyes, its gem begins to glow, and it fires psychic laser beams from every one of its tentacles. It will hit 16 different targets. Let me find out what those targets are. 16 tentacles, 16 attacks. This laser beam attack, like each individual beam has its own focus, and each one is targeting one individual. These are the targets: Gimli, Trevor and Bean, Cindy, Soli, and Fang, Elodie, Cabbage and Grape Juice, Schmidt, Meryl Treep, and Patricia, and Tomatoma's Altaria. We're going to do Scarlet. We're going to do Zatu. And we're going to do Sam's brother. Those are the 16 targets. Everyone, this is a lot of dice rolling. I'm very sorry. We've done something like this before. This is a dexterity save with a DC of 20. Good luck.
Cindy's gonna die again.
Oh no, this is fine. This is actually totally what I wanted.
Cindy got a 4.
Okay.
Totally passed.
Nice.
Trevor crit.
Patricia with the Dex mod got exactly 20.
Nice.
Fang
Everyone else
got a
failed.
19.
Yeah,
Fang
Trevor
was so
crit.
close.
Gimli failed, and Bean failed.
Okay.
Elodie
Fang
passed,
failed
the
by
other two
a
did
hair.
not.
Okay. This is going to be a familiar situation. Every human that passed takes 23 points of psychic type damage. Doesn't really matter. Every human that failed takes 46 points of psychic type damage.
Have 1 HP.
How
I literally have 1 HP.
Yeah.
how far below 0 makes Cindy auto die?
It's equal to, it's either half or your total HP. I forget. What is Cindy at?
I'm at 20.
What's your total HP?
37.
You're not dead. You are unconscious though.
Okay.
I get back down after I get up again.
Don't take any more damage.
And I get
is what
back
I'll say.
down.
Every
get
so that's all
back
the
down.
people.
And I gotta-
We'll know that Scarlet took a big hit, as did Sam's brother.
Can we all just stop dying, please?
No, this
Kind
is
of hard when you have a DC dex save of 20 on a big damage hit on people.
Yep, this is what Deoxys likes to do. For all the Pokemon that passed, they will take 46 points of psychic type damage before any resistances or anything, which I don't think there are.
Oh, Trevor crit. He takes no damage. Okay.
Correct. Trevor will not take any damage. He's a legend. And time for the big one. Any Pokemon that failed takes 92 points of psychic type damage.
Being the hero, actually, yeah, being the hero, taking down to 4
Yeah.
HP. Oh,
How
God.
much did they get it if they saved again?
46.
Okay.
What's the damage if they failed? Sorry.
92.
Fang is down.
Fang hit the
Schmidt?
field and
So is
collapsed.
Cabbage.
Yep.
Both of my Pokemon are down.
Okay.
This is great, actually.
Yeah. Great. Does everyone have all their math checked out?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Very
it's
good.
pretty easy math.
Yep.
Incredible.
Bigger number than what I
Zero,
have.
zero.
Bigger than
Yeah.
number than what I have. I am dead.
I one-shot half the people in the party. Yes.
Great.
Fair.
That
Fair,
is
fair, fair.
very good for Deoxys. It's almost like this is a third phase, and phases come in trilogies sometimes. Who knows?
Almost like we need Rayquaza.
It's floating above the ceremonial stage that it destroyed when it first entered, and as each laser beam connects, there is like kind of like a trail of smoke that erupts from all these different points, and it fired them all sequentially, and it is standing, and its eyes are glowing, and its gem is glowing, and there are 16 tentacles on its body. It seems like if anyone is conscious and they're looking at it, it seems like it's almost like phasing in and out of existence, like TV static almost. It's in a very, very dramatic state. That being said, what's up with Elodie?
Just chilling. Never
been better.
I'm going to recall Cabbage and use my healing touch on Miss Tomatoma
Okay.
to give her 7 HP.
Okay. You will do that. As you do so, just give me a medicine check.
Got it. 12.
That's high enough. Yeah, that's fine. As Elodie lays her hands on Tomatoma to restore some of her health, I will put this in game terms because I'm not sure how to put this in flavor terms. Elodie realizes that over the past few rounds of combat, each of these old people have been making death saves. And Tomatoma had 2 failures. So, Tomatoma
Bro!
starts to come back. Her eyes open very slowly. Her body is bruised. Her breathing is laborious. And she looks up and she says, Elodie. She turns her head. She looks over at Altaria. Her prized Altaria, which is now... It was on the ground because that's where it had attacked Deoxys, but it has now been blown to the side by the effect of Deoxys' attack. It took a pretty big hit as well. It is up looking at Deoxys. Tomatoma is in a rough state, we will say.
Okay.
What's Elodie's plan here?
I'm going to...
You essentially have 1 action plus movement for Elodie, I believe, after the healing.
Okay.
The healing's an action, right? Should be.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to have... Can I have grape juice use rock slide to create a little, like, rock wall between, like, me and the elders and Deoxys?
I dropped my dice. Yes, I love that. That is fantastic.
Okay.
I feel like for some reason I want grape juice to do that off of con. Do you think that makes sense?
That is fair.
Okay, yeah. Give me just roll it and then we'll decide how good it is based on the roll. You can add your con to it.
With con, that is a 12.
12. 12's pretty good. 12 creates cover. It's not universal cover, but they will be harder to mess with. So that's good.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else for Elodie?
That will be all other than just kind of trying to comfort Tomatoma.
Okay. Yes. It looks like this kind of situation is very not good for old people, we shall say. It is now Gimli's turn.
Well, I definitely want to recall Bean.
Okay.
Bean's very low.
Cool.
And swap him for Lasagna. So Lasagna hits the board.
Mm-hmm.
That swap is one of their actions, basically, right?
Yes, correct. A swap is a full action.
Can Can I do that same intention again, but like avoid damage and instead go for like sort of a knockdown effect with Rock Slide?
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally do that.
Okay. Oh, it's a DC Strength 18.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. I was
No,
rolling for no reason.
18.
Yes.
They have a dirty 17.
Oh, very good.
Very close. Yeah.
Yes. That's very good for us.
Yeah. So whatever you're trying to do, yeah, it'll happen.
Okay, so I want to knock him to the ground with Rock Slide.
Okay,
falling.
this is Trevor doing this?
Yes, this is Trevor.
Okay, yeah. It does succeed. The moment that Trevor launches the rocks at Deoxys, it immediately, reactionarily, fires one laser beam from one of its tentacles. Make a DC 20 dex save.
For Trevor?
For Trevor.
I failed.
Okay, Trevor will take from this reaction 22 points of psychic type damage.
Okay.
Beyond that, immediately after, Trevor fires off a big old rock from its body, and it hovers above Deoxys and pulls it to the ground. Very, very good. I will not say it pins it or knocks it prone or anything because the roll was not high enough. Or I guess the save was too close to good, I guess I should say. Anything else for Gimli?
That I guess I will try to position Gimli around, like just take my movement to position myself towards somewhere safe.
Sure.
Because a little rough right now.
Yeah. So you could do a couple things. You could take cover behind like Tyrantrum, perhaps, who's like taking a nap. You consume your movement to run behind like the stone risers that you sat in to watch the ceremonial performance. You could also run towards like a building.
I'll take the stone risers because it also provides some vantage if needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say that you can get there. That seems reasonable. I believe that's it for Gimli.
Yes, that would be it.
Altaria, Tomotomo's Altaria, saw what happened when Trevor threw an attack, and Altaria is quite smart. So Altaria actually does not do anything right now. It holds an action, and it looks around at the Quacko Packo and at the Draconids, and it seems prepared to do something if needed. We're on the allies' turns, by the way. Of the remaining allies, I want to do some conviction saves, actually. That's not a real thing, but I'm doing it because I feel like each of these NPCs have their own motives, their own interests. Yeah. That works. Sam's brother assesses his wounds. He's got a big old bleeding wound on his left arm from the psychic blast that he took. Weavile looks at him and he says, "We can't go down now." And he starts to turn tail. And he calls out Crobat and he grabs onto Crobat and he begins to flee. Zavo's conviction is that while he is a foreigner from somewhere, who knows, he really wanted to come here, and these powerful people saved his life. He was going to be eaten by spiders. So, based on how he rolled, he will not be retreating. Scarlet is really hurt. She has lost the use of one of her legs, at least temporarily. It's bleeding, and it looks really bad. But she is not really in a position to run away, and Absol is doing totally fine. So, at the moment, she's going to try to crawl to a safer place, and Absol will remain in combat. And then we'll get an attack. We will get an attack for Xatu. Xatu hasn't done anything for a while. Xatu will fly to be parallel. Well, I guess it will be in front of Gimli and Cindy and Schmidt and most of their Pokemon, and it will summon up a light screen, which will help them to make saves. Now it is Cindy's turn. Cindy is once again unconscious. She was making her death saves on phase 1. We are now on phase 3. We can give her a clean slate. I think that is fine. She has to roll, though.
Woo woo. We love it.
That's so good.
17.
That is a pass. Cindy literally never failed a death save. She is chilling. She's not chilling.
Right.
She's really hurt, but she's
it's not a good time, dude.
no.
Like, Cindy wasn't feeling good when she got revived the first time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Cindy
she is
is
still in a significant amount of pain and will be for probably the next few days.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. But she's not currently dying, which is good. Fang we're gonna say is
unconscious.
he's unconscious on the field. I don't think he got recalled. He's just on the ground. He's flat. Sully's still up, right? She's like 1 HP.
Sully's got like
She's got plenty.
20 HP.
Oh yeah, she's chilling. Sully, because she's your partner, I think she can intuit with something with no ill effects. However, on her last turn, she did use overheat, so that will still be applied. But because she's your partner Pokemon, you're unconscious. She can do what Cindy would want her to do.
Probably like a flamethrower.
Sure.
So Deoxys will have advantage to save.
Correct. Yes. You are attacking Deoxys?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was it, like a 21 or something?
Oh,
20.
yeah, I didn't describe it yet, but yes.
Oh, sorry.
These two Pokemon, Deoxys is using its enhanced psychic powers to anticipate attacks and create reactionary attacks immediately, requesting at the same time as you fire the flamethrower a DC 20 Dex save.
Come on, Sully. Fuck. Sorry.
That's fine.
Pardon my French. That was a nat 1.
That was a nat 1. Yikes! That makes it effectively a crit. Hope you realize that.
Yeah, Sully's probably down.
Sully will still get to fire her flamethrower though. However, Deoxys got a natural 18, so I believe that will pass.
Okay.
Still damaged though.
Yes. So that's 41, but half of that, so like 20.
Okay, yeah, 20. While the attack may not have been strong numerically, the effect on Deoxys is unquestionable. It seems because it has shed a significant part of its body, the damage it receives, visually you can see it struggling and writhing. It is truly a creature of suffering, both inflicting it and currently receiving it. Deoxys is honestly, if it wasn't so terrifying, it might be pathetic to look at. At the same time that this flamethrower connects, Deoxys manages to strike Sully right in the forehead with a laser beam. Sully falls backwards right next to Cindy, and as she lands on the ground, the item that was retrieved from the energy magma hideout clinks onto the ground beside Sully as she returns to her normal form. Just a little pile of Cindy, Sully, and the mysterious artifact. Great. Cindy can't do anything else.
Right. Somebody should get that put back in the Atlas Stone in my bag. Just putting it out there.
It is Schmidt's turn.
Okay. Move economy.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm recalling both of my passed out Pokemon.
Yes, and that just happens. That we can consider that happening as a bonus action when they are knocked out.
Okay. Can sending 2 more out be a bonus action, or is that my entire action?
It would be full actions. If they had bonus actions, they could do them as they came out.
If I send 1 out, could I send 1 out and have that one take 1 action?
Yes, but Schmidt wouldn't be able to do anything.
I'm fine with that.
Well, I guess the thing that Schmidt would be doing is sending it out. So yes, that can happen.
Okay. Shit. I didn't roll for Quacko
That's fine.
for the laser beam.
Quacko wasn't targeted. There were 16 targets, and Quacko wasn't one of them.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I'm just gonna say Schmidt body blocked for him.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Good flavor.
But, yeah, I guess Quacko was already there then.
Quacko was could have been targeted, but was not in combat. So
Okay, so could I send out Jessica since Quacko's already out?
yeah.
Helping Hand as a bonus action on Jessica.
Yes.
And Helping Hand Quacko. I gotta remember what this buff actually does. 1d6 to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Yes.
Okay. And then have Quacko hit him with a big, I don't like what he's doing, so I'm gonna knock him off. I want him to knock it off, so I'm gonna knock him off.
Great. Yeah. As I'm sure you can guess, as a reaction, Deoxys will take another opportunity to attack Quacko at the same time. Let's get your roll first.
Nah, dog.
No.
That was a 4.
Oh,
plus
no.
8.
No,
It was a 12 connect?
It does not, unfortunately. It's actually closer than you think, but it does not connect. Very unfortunate. Have Quacko make a DC 20 dexterity save.
Oh, wait. Can
Helping
I
Hand?
use the Helping Hand? Yeah, on the roll to hit.
That is where you use it. It's not on the damage.
Okay, so I added D6
Yep.
to the 4.
Yep. This roll is important.
Okay.
It's got to be a decent roll.
Big old 2. So that brings it up to 14.
That is 1 point shy of the current armor class. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
cool.
I'm so sorry. Deoxys will take this opportunity to counterattack. Please have Quacko make a DC 20 dex save. Oh?
I have. Hang on. Quacko makes a melee attack. He may choose to increase the value of the natural roll by 1.
Yep.
1/4 of his maximum HP.
That is something you can do.
You said I was off by 1, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to use Duck Desperation.
Okay, great. So Quacko will consume 1/4 of his HP
I gotta do that math.
in desperation, in determination, in the necessity of what it is to hit this Deoxys with a super effective attack.
Okay, so now I gotta roll for damage. Is it super effective?
It sure is.
It is 27 points of dark type damage.
Nice. That's with the double dice, correct?
That is with the double dice, yes.
Okay. A good sizable hit. Before I describe it, let's see that dex save for Quacko.
Ooh, 18.
Unfortunately, that is still a failure. That was a dirty 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As the attack connects with Deoxys, Quacko also takes a laser beam to the chest for 37 points of psychic type damage. I'm not sure where that leaves him after the duck desperation attempt.
You said 37?
37.
That is -5.
-5. Quacko,
Yes.
after leaping in the air to strike Deoxys, successfully does so and falls unconscious. Falls to the ground.
This is bad.
Yeah, this is certainly a situation. Is there anything else that Schmidt can do here?
Can I make a call out?
Sure. Yeah.
Elodie, Quacko's down bad. I don't have a Pokeball.
Oh God. No, I don't worry. I can help.
Okay. I end my
How-
turn.
Yes.
I was gonna ask how far away he is, but it doesn't matter till it's my turn anyways.
Tell you what, with that portal you left open, you can get to him. However, you would be right next to Deoxys.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not your turn.
Right, it's not my turn, so
Your turn
don't worry.
is-
I have a plan. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Your
Be fine.
turn is after this one. Let's see. What does Deoxys want to do here? Deoxys has secretly been making one roll at the start of each of its turns. And they've all been bad. But I will let you know it's a kind of a form of like enhanced perception. But this time I got a natural 15. And with that intelligence, it certainly knows what is up. The writhing tentacle Deoxys monster rapidly turns its head and locks eyes with Schmidt.
Ah, fuck.
It charges towards Schmidt and it attempts to go for a grapple. Give me a strength or dex save. Contested versus creepy tentacle Deoxys. Schmidt.
This is where the hentai comes in.
Oh, God.
I don't want to see no fan art of this.
I don't want to see it. What are you trying to do here, Richard?
You guys think this will turn into smut? Like, really? Like,
To add to the schmut,
yeah.
the
schmut.
Schmut only gets a 10.
The Schmidt schmut. I love that.
That's
That's,
right, Schmut.
that's so funny. With Deoxys's crazy bonus, it rolled an 18. Schmidt is currently grappled, and Deoxys will use a pulsing psychic attack against him, which is very likely to hit because
Schmidt goes down, regardless.
regardless.
I have 1 HP.
Okay, let me just see how much damage this does, just to be sure. Yes, this is thankfully a low roll. This is a good old even 20 points of psychic type damage, zapping Schmidt's consciousness away from him. Deoxys drops Schmidt and hovers back up and turns around to face everyone else. And as Deoxys assesses targets and strikes down, the newly assigned lore keeper. It faces the rest of the Quacko Packo and its targets. There it sees Sam's brother fleeing, Scarlet having one of her legs injured so that she can't use it, Cindy unconscious, solely unconscious, Gimli taking great damage, majority of the Quacko Packo's Pokemon unconscious, all of the Draconid elders and their Pokemon currently unconscious, except for Tomatoma, who is in a dying state, and Altaria. How will the Quacko Packo see themselves out of this one? We'll have to wait and find out. Thank you all so much for listening to the 49th episode of Dunsparce and Drampa. Season 4 is off to a great start so far, and we have so many new friends joining us in the Discord, shouting things at us on Twitter, and even exploring our merch store. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined our wonderful community. If you haven't joined our Discord server, now is the time. In fact, we have our own URL now. You don't even have to go on the link tree if you don't want to. You can type in discord.gg/Calyrex. That's discord.gg/CALYREX. You'll be shot right to the Discord server, and you can start chatting about the show right away. Thank you so very much for listening, and we'll see you for the next part of this epic battle on Tuesday. You guys ever have too many LaCroix cans on your desk and you don't know where your dice are? Happens to me all the time.
Can't say I've ever had that problem.
It's the story of my life.
So much LaCroix.
Yeah.
Are they all still in a line?
Yes. The from left to right from your perspective, so house right or house left to right, not stage house to right, left to right. I can't talk. That's the name of the episode. Fuck it, we ball.
I want for the record, while Richie's doing this, that I don't want any fan art made of this particular Deoxys. And I want that to be clear that if I see fan art, I'm kicking you out of the Discord.
Do note that its two like humanoid-ish legs are flat on the ground. It has disposed of them.
I also don't want to see that either.